In your wide experience of art classrooms, have you ever had a still life put up in front of you, and instead of the teacher going, hey, I want you to draw this still life, they go, I want you to draw not the still life, but just everything around it? No. Would that sound crazy?
Like a cable?
Yeah, you'd be like, what, did you drop yourself underwater, basically?
Why would you want to draw a cable?
Well, that's a good question. It could be interesting. So, alright. So what we're actually doing today is just that, if you can believe it or not. I know, it's crazy. But we're doing it in the context of positive and negative space. So before I start, I know you guys had your exit tickets yesterday, and you were asked if you knew what positive and negative space were, and if you did, what were they? And I know only like a couple of you all knew what it was. So I'm going to teach you what positive and negative space is, and why in the world we're talking about it and how it's meaningful. Alright, so positive space is the object or the thing in a picture. Alright, so based on that definition, can somebody tell me, using this picture as an example, what the positive space is?
Fruit.
Fruit. Right, the avocados, and possibly the table, but mostly it's the fruit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the object or thing in a picture. Alright, and then negative space is the empty area behind or around the object. So,
Like the black.
yeah, exactly. So you have the calla lily, and then you have the black space all around it, and that would be the negative space. Alright? So, a little quiz for you. In this picture, where is the positive space?
The duck.
The duck. Right. Now, why is the duck the positive space?
This object.
It's up. Thank you. Gosh, you're so smart. Alright, now in this picture, where's the negative space?
Water.
Exactly. Thank you. Alright, now, what about this one?
You don't know.
Depends on how you look
The
at it.
positive one is the
You're
X.
so smart. Alright, so,
No.
if,
it's two people facing.
so who thinks the black part is the positive space? Anybody?
It doesn't.
Alright. Who thinks the white part is the positive space? Alright, so you're right with, it depends on how you look at it, because if the black part is a positive space, it's two faces looking at each other. Can you guys see that? Yeah. But if the white part is the positive space, then it's like a face, right?
I actually saw the faces before I saw the face.
It's interesting, some people see faces first and some people see faces.
Yeah, but then you have
Alright, and this one's easier. What about this one? What's the positive space?
The airplane
Airplane.
picture.
Who's work for me? Okay. Alright, so
There's a hidden picture.
you're probably wondering why in the world are we learning about positive and negative space and how it's useful, right?
Do you see the arrow?
The arrow.
You're too fast. Alright, so what is in the negative space of this logo?
The white.
The white.
The E
Do
is
you see anything in the negative space of the
between the
white?
lower E.
Arrow.
An arrow, right. See, you see where the arrow is between the E and the X? And you might be like, oh, they just got lucky. They didn't even know that was going to happen. They actually did. According to Jess Bunn, their FedEx spokeswoman, she said the arrow was indeed intentional as a secondary design element. The arrow is intended to communicate movement, speed,
Okay.
and the dynamic nature of our company. So why would they want to have movement, speed, and
So they
dynamic
send
nature?
people stuff.
Right, so it sends a message with even just their logo, right?
I guess so.
Alright, so what's the point of learning about positive and negative space? You might be asking yourself, like, Madeline, why in the world do you want to teach me about this? Well, by concentrating on the negative space, it actually helps you to better focus and really see what you're working on, because a lot of times if we just focus on the positive space, we let our brain and what we think we know about the object take over, so we're not actually looking at it, right? So, for instance, you might be drawing a portrait of your friend, and you know, okay, I know eyes go here, blah, 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 and you might not actually be looking at that person, right? but by concentrating on the space between the eyes or between, the hair and the eyebrows, you might actually make a better picture because you're not just concentrating on the things you already know. Does that make sense? Okay. Alright, so with this newfound knowledge, you're like, Madeline, that's nice little ditty you have, but what am I actually going to do with this? So today what we'll be doing is you guys have these lovely still lifes on your tables, right? That you've been playing with.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
play with
gonna
them
draw.
anymore. What you'll be doing is you will come up and get a piece of paper, and you are going to be drawing the outline of the still life. So where the negative meets the positive space. Okay, and I'll be showing you examples of this. After you do, it's okay. It's all about effort. All right. So you will be drawing the outline of the still life, and once you've gotten that completed, you'll actually be drawing into the negative space, whatever you want. If you want to draw a picture of a clown crying, you can, or if you just want to do colors, or whatever, if you want to draw actually the negative space that you see, you can do that. So I'm leaving a lot up to you. And you can use pencils or the charcoal that is on your desk, okay? Alright, so this is a little bit of an example of what some people have done. Like this person, they had just a gray background. This guy decided he wanted orange. And this student just had like a wide variety of colors. Now, there's one thing that this student did that I don't want you all to do. Do you see their uh-oh?
You're the one.
Yeah, exactly.
The
The line right here, I don't want to see that. So, I just want that, like, overall outline of the entire shape that your still life makes, okay? So, when you have, say, your couple of bottles and tea kettle, I don't want to see where that base meets into the tea kettle. I just want to see the outline, okay? So I don't want to see any of this, okay? Does that make sense? Yes, no, there's mud. You guys have any questions? You guys know what you're doing? Yes, John.
We're not drawing like 3D, are we?
No.
Okay.
No. Any other questions?
No.
Are you guys ready to actually start doing
Mm-hmm.
the drawing? Because it's not class, you guys want to draw?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright, get to it.
Ready?